Hello, everybody. Hello, hello. Let me know if you can hear me. I don't know who's here. Comment so that I know. I need my water. Oh no. Ooh, that was tough to grab. How's everybody doing? Comment if you can hear me so I can make sure that this live stream does not go like the last one went. I also need to finish this. I got lots of drinks tonight. My husband, Vincent, says it's alive. Is everybody else also experiencing a living feed? I'm just gonna start cross-stitching while we hang out. Mary, hi! How are you doing? You're always right on time, and I appreciate that about you. Okay, I need to look at where I'm actually stitching. Oh, I remember. I've been working on this week, so I literally left big chunks in just this orange color to do, so that it's easier to do while I stream. Mary, I'm so glad that you enjoy these. They're really good for me too, to be honest. I was real bummed about last week, but we're back. We're better than ever. The signal is as strong as it can be, so hopefully nothing cuts out again. It was really bad all weekend after it cut out on Saturday, like last week. So we called and had a tech come to look at it. I'm gonna switch this over. We had a tech come to look at it and like on Tuesday, and he found a couple issues that he was thinking was probably the problem, mostly having to do with the line out in the hallway. So like definitely nothing that we could have fixed. But then they came and fixed that line, replaced it. So hopefully everything is good to go now. We haven't had any issues since that was replaced on Tuesday. So fingers crossed I didn't just jinx us. Mary, what are you working on today? Tell me. I am working on the same old project, so we gotta talk about other people's projects because this is not exciting for anybody at this point. Dun, dun, dun. This weekend, I'll wait for more people to show up. I'll just keep chatting. This weekend we saw nobody. Mary, you're doing your first Heaven and Earth design? We'll go back to movies in a minute. That's exciting. Heaven and Earth is very brave. I have not attempted one of those, but I really admire the people who do. Were you working on that? I can't remember if you were on the stream 2 weeks ago. It's been so long. I don't remember anything. But if you're on the stream 2 weeks ago, is that the same project that you're working on? Or have you like literally just started it? Yeah, daunting. Yeah. Um, this one is about 150 stitches by 150 stitches, and this one is like, I'm gonna pull my hair out. So, so I can imagine. I mean, I know that Heaven and Earth would be really frustrating for me. Mary, okay, found my channel last week. Cool. There's new people coming all the time, so I never know. I never know how long everyone's been here. Mary, you started 2 months ago and just finished the outside border. Sounds about right. Guaranteed, I probably wouldn't even be done with the border in that amount of time because I've been working on this since August of last year. I did take a break from this one. It's not like I've been working on it every day or anything, but yeah, I don't move very fast because I get bored with it and then I have to take a little break and then I come back to it. So I think that's why a giant project is probably scary for me. Because I don't know, like after so many times of stopping and starting it, I don't know if I'd end up picking it back up. You know, there's just one time you don't pick it back up and then you never touch it again. So you have to have a lot of perseverance for those giant projects. When you finish it, you'll have to estimate how much time you spent on it, and you can tell us, because that's what I'm always really interested to hear is like how many hours. Cross stitch is like the most time consuming hobby ever, which makes it great for this year where we've all been hanging out at home for sure. I've just accepted the fact that it's going to take you 10 years. It's a marathon. Yep, it is a marathon. But I'm sure it's going to be beautiful when it's done, because that's the cool thing about Heaven and Earth is that their designs are so pretty that they are worth doing. Because I don't think that every cross stitch pattern is worth it, but I would say that those ones are. Most of them that I've seen are so beautiful. Sorry. We have like a auto shop slash gas station tire shop down at the end of the street, and I feel like people, Vincent and I think that people probably like test drive up our street because it's kind of a quiet street in the city, which is hard to find. So you're gonna hear loud cars because I moved my desk from over here on this other side of the room to right here where my husband's desk used to be, which is closer to the window. Mary, you'll DM a picture. Perfect. Okay. Can't wait. I love when people send pictures so I can see what everyone's working on. It's my favorite thing because I hate hearing about it without being able to visualize it. And sometimes pieces are kind of hard to describe. So good. DM me on Instagram. I'll look out for it. One really exciting thing that happened last weekend, which is why I'm switching to doing Saturdays, is that we need to keep Sundays a little more free to like go hang out with people because we have friends in our neighborhood now. Like, miracle of miracles, we finally made friends after living here for 2 years. We just re-signed our lease for the second time, so this will be our third year here in this neighborhood, and we finally made friends. And one of our friends lives just literally one street away and has a really nice car and has some free time. So on Sunday, we got to get out of town for the day. It was so fun. We went to Croton Gorge Park, which has this beautiful big like man-made waterfall area with a dam. You can see it on my Instagram if you like, my most recent post is there. Then we walked around Cold Springs, this little town about 45 minutes north of the city, and I got all of you crocheters, if you're here, I got some yarn from this adorable shop called the Endless Skein. It was very cute. And also, it was like one of those craft shops. I'm sure all of you know this. You know, there's certain like yarn and fiber stores and like more the specialty craft shops where the shop owners just really, really love their shop. And that also means that it looks so perfect that you don't want to touch anything. Like they had this whole system when you walked in. It was like cute, but also kind of intimidating. There's these two women that were running it, and they had like this whole thing where like they had hanging on the door these like things like pass one, pass two, pass three, pass four. They're like, we allow 4 people in our store. Their store was pretty large and could definitely fit way more than 4 people, but they wanted 4 people, which is fine. It was just me and Vince and our friend Matt, so it wasn't a big deal. But we had to like take these passes from the door with like the door is open, right? We walk in. We have to grab these passes and then you just hang them right on the inside of the door to like it's just so that we can keep track of how many people are in the store. Like, okay, that's great. And like they were all laminated and cute with like scrapbook paper and you could just tell that like these crafty ladies with their crafty store had like a lot of free time to like custom design these cute little passes to you. It was really funny. I was cracking up because it was just kind of cute. I just realized how blurry this is. I'm really sorry. I'm gonna fix it right now. Okay, I think that's better. Sorry, I don't know how long that was blurry. But yeah, it was hilarious and it was very quiet. They were very excited to have us there. They didn't bother us, which is nice. And I got a couple, I'll show you actually, they're right here. Let me show you. I think that these skeins are so cute, and I feel like I'll probably just make a hat or something, like no big deal. But I wasn't sure what I wanted to make when I went in there, so I just got something that would work for anything. But look how nice this is. I just think these are like lovely. They were not cheap. They were, I mean, I guess they were cheap for like the kind of custom stuff you can get. They were 20 bucks each by Blue Sky Fibers. I'm very excited to make something. So if you guys have any ideas for what I should make with that, let me know. I'm literally probably going to make like a hat because it's green and cream, which is a nice kind of pastel that's good for winter, but also like across seasons, which is nice. Yeah, anyway, I just kind of spur the moment did that. So if you have any good patterns for crochet, I do enjoy a good crochet in the fall time. Not in the summer because it's too warm to like sit with yarn on your lap, but yeah, Mary, it was cute. They kind of reminded me of my mom a little bit because like she likes to custom make stuff that's cute always. Like if there's something that needs to be used like that, it's never just gonna be like simple, it's gonna be cute. So it kind of reminded me of that. But that was my fun craft adventure. That'll be a fun place to go back to if we go back to Cold Springs at some point. I just feel a lot of anxiety about traveling in general. So I don't want to do too much of it until we get vaccinated, which should be soon. New York City's definitely moving slower than other states just because there's so many people, I think. So right now, anyone with a comorbidity and people 50 and older can go. Me and my husband are both gray area, but we feel kind of bad taking vaccines from people who need them. And I don't know if there's extras around. I don't know how many are being wasted every day. I just don't know. So I'm probably gonna end up waiting for my age category because everyone, like, you're not supposed to have to show proof of eligibility, but then some people, a lot of people actually are experiencing that when they're actually there, they do have proof asked that they need to show. And I don't have proof because I haven't gone to the doctor for my autoimmune disease in a long time. And so I don't really have anything to show that I actually have one, although I know I do because COVID was sucked for me last year. It's just kind of hard. And then like Vincent, he is about 5'10" and about 200 pounds, which means that he's technically in the 30 BMI range, which is considered obese and also means that he could be vaccinated for that reason too. But again, it's like he definitely doesn't look obese and he isn't obese. So even though BMI technically falls in that category, I don't know. Anyway, we've talked it all through and I think we're going to end up waiting a little bit longer, but hopefully soon we can get out. Mary, your province is moving really slowly. Not even sure you'll get vaccinated by September. That sucks. I feel like I have no idea when I'll get vaccinated just because things are moving slow, but I also know that they're trying to ramp it up. So I'm hopeful that by the summer, like by June, maybe we'll be vaccinated. By June, hopefully. We will see. I don't know either. I'm turning 27 in June, so I would really like to be vaccinated for my birthday. And my birthday can be a big old hurrah where like I go out to eat and I go get another tattoo or something. And that would just be nice to like feel normal like that. I don't know. Um, we'll see. We will see. Fingers crossed. I hope that your province starts moving faster. Um, I know it's all just like, of course, the biggest demand on a single product probably ever because the entire world needs vaccines, and that's billions upon billions of vaccines being produced, and the infrastructure to create that must, I mean, all the moving parts is astounding, but it is still so frustrating that like some places are moving so much faster than others. I don't like the way it's prioritized in some cases, so I hope it moves faster for you because another summer indoors sounds like hell. It really does. I'm kind of dreading it. It's one thing that's been making it so hard for me to make content, I think. Just like not having an end date on being at home, I just feel really brain dead creatively. It just feels really super hard. Just super, super hard to be excited about life. I was literally just talking to my friend Stacy about it today. Just like life in general feels so just monotonous and Day in, day out, just the same thing. The days run together. It just doesn't feel like I'm excited to do a lot. And that is, oh man. I hate when you like accidentally stitch one little fiber too far over. It just starts to really wear on you. So if I had like an end date or any kind of plan I could make, like if I knew I got to go on vacation at the end of the year, then I think I'd be more excited about life. But I don't know that because I don't know when I get vaccinated. Mary, such a huge endeavor. We're a small, isolated province. Yeah, I mean, I think location. It's interesting because it's like you think here in New York City, where it was the worst first, and we've been in lockdown the longest, that they would get us vaccinated sooner. But it's like you have to be in that happy middle area of not too big a place, but a big enough place for them to prioritize sending vaccines your way. If it's too small, then it takes forever, and if it's too big, then it takes forever, it seems. Very hard to get vaccines, but at least we're down to like one active case. Hey, that's awesome. That's, I mean, are you in Canada? I know provinces are usually Canada, um, because we're definitely doing a lot worse than that in every part of the US. It's horrible. But it's okay. We're gonna get there. At least the end is in sight. I keep having to remind myself how far we've come since the start of this, when we didn't even have any information and people were just dying by the thousands every day with like no hope, and that sucked. Mary, Newfoundland. Cool. We have not been able to visit anywhere in Canada. It's a place that we really want to visit because we're so close. Like we really want to go up to Montreal. Obviously, you know, Vincent's French and speaks French. So visiting Montreal and Quebec seems kind of like a no-brainer. And then from there, we would love to visit all the other places. But of course, the last year kind of put a damper on that. So someday, that's the plan. Eventually. In other news, at least our movie theaters opened up again. Because we've been able to see movies every week, and the theaters are mostly empty, which is why we feel pretty comfortable with it. And we keep our masks on, and like most people in the theater to keep theirs on as well, which is good. I think we've seen one guy in the last three movies that we've gone to, that wasn't wearing his mask the whole time, and he was also rude, and I had to shush him in the middle of the movie because he was talking so loud. So I felt like such a Karen, but like I couldn't deal with it. Um, because he was also maskless. So it's been pretty good so far. We saw The Courier last week, which was really good. It was with Benedict Cumberbatch, and it's a true story. So it was very good. They had, you know, the real footage at the end. I just love like historical type movies like that. It's about the Cold War. So I feel like I learned a lot, and it was very, very just good story, amazing acting, beautiful music. So that one is worth seeing if you haven't seen it. Very, very good. Corinne, is that how you say that? Love your work. I live in Montreal. Yay, fun. That's gonna be probably the first place in Canada that we visit is Montreal. Welcome. Um, what else? Oh, yesterday we saw Nobody, another movie, that we really enjoyed. But I also I feel like that Nobody probably in another life I wouldn't have thought it was super great, but because we've been so starved for movies this last year, I think everything is super great. Nobody is just like it's like they took John Wick and turned it up to 100 with the cheese and like the over the top just everything. It was like the opening sequence was really cool and it set everything up. The writing was super snappy, like just minimal amounts of information, just what you need to be able to enjoy the movie, which I love in these kinds of movies. Like I don't need to care about every side character. And then the like cheese factor just made it hilarious instead of serious. And I walked into it kind of worried that I was gonna watch like a really serious, violent movie because that's kind of what the trailer looked like. But then it was like so fun. I had a grand time, laughed out loud. So anyway, Nobody was like kind of a fun surprise. We really enjoyed that one too. We already have tickets. We got them when they were first announced for Godzilla versus Kong this next weekend. Um, I love the Godzilla franchise. Fun fact about me, in case you guys didn't know. Um, Apocalyptic and dystopian and like zombie movies. Anything post-apocalyptic or apocalyptic, I just honestly am obsessed with. I love big, giant monster natural disaster movies where like the whole world's about to end and they have to save the day. I just like really get a huge kick out of that. And the Godzilla franchise just like it like does it for me more than any of those kinds of movies have in a long time. I'm obsessed with the Godzilla franchise. I'm obsessed with the King Kong that came out, you know, the more recent one that fits in with like the Monarch storyline. I'm obsessed with Godzilla. I think it's so great. Casper, hi! Welcome! Good to see you. I'm glad you're here. What are you working on? But yeah, so I'm very, very, very excited for Godzilla vs. Kong. And even if it completely sucks, I'm going to love it. Lisa, hi! Are you still working on the last bits of your project? Or were you finishing one? I don't know. It's been too long, everybody. You're gonna have to remind me. Everybody needs to tell me what you're working on and how it's going because 2 weeks is too long for me. I forget everything. Casper, today you're working on a lion cross stitch. Fun. Still not done with your sweater? That's okay. I think breaks are good. And diversity is good too when it comes to these kinds of crafts. I think it's good for your brain and your body because doing one thing for too long is not good for anybody. Lion cross stitch, how big is it? Is it like a quick small project or a giant project that's going to take forever? Tell me, I want to know all the things. I'm going to fix this. I set my ring light to like the warmest, but I think it's too warm because it's making my project look weird. We're using my husband's webcam, which is like made for like video conference calls, not for a nice live stream. So we need to upgrade that. I actually just bought a webcam that's coming tomorrow. Sorry. Still nursing my drink from dinner. Okay, Lisa, you're the bowel. Sorry, your name is different on Instagram, and for a second, I know there's another Lisa that I've talked to recently, and I was like, whoa, I don't remember which one is which. Okay, cool. Finish off tomorrow, that's exciting. So yeah, anyway, I'll have a better webcam for the next live stream. It's just gonna keep getting better. Also, what do we think of, I know you can't really see this. Maybe I'll show you. Okay, wait, I'm gonna show you the setup. No, that's a bad idea. I don't want to move everything. I'll just tell you about it. How about that? So now, before, I just had my little laptop, and she struggled. She persevered, and I'm proud of her, but she struggled. And now, I have an entire microphone right here. It's on my desk permanently. I have 2 monitors, and I have my giant, big, powerful desktop computer so that I can handle everything that is thrown at it. And it's very happy. I'm thrilled. So far, from my end, this stream is running so much better than the last one. Everything is like smooth and easy. The latency, like the time between what I say and what it's showing you guys and what I can see from your comments is like way shorter, so it's way easier to like stay caught up with what everyone's saying, which is lovely. So, thank you, US government, for that stimulus check because that's what allowed us to buy this computer. We also just got super, super lucky with like the timing of it. We happened to find one that was perfect, despite there being a shortage. So that was good. Corinne, working on a little lemon cross stitch. Cute. I'm gonna look that up. I want to see if I am familiar with that or not, because I feel like I've heard that before. Dun, 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 dun. How are you guys doing? Have you done anything fun or seen anything lately? Is Little Lemon a brand? I thought that it was. That sounds so familiar. Am I wrong? Okay, you're gonna have to explain it to me because a quick Google search didn't come up with anything. I feel like I've seen that though. Okay, last stitch. Sometimes I forget that like I have to tie off the end of this thread and then it gets really freaking short before I actually trade it out. Oops. What else have we done lately? We got out of town, we've seen good movies. Overall, like those little things just make life a little bit better. Mary, you have a tip for threading needles. Hit me with it. I just do the lick and stick thing, but I mean, if there's a better way, then I want to know. Mmm. That's a good idea. Do you just run it along it like when it's all dry and cold, right? So just like as a little tiny coating? I don't know if I have. Okay, I'm literally going to buy a candle. I think I only have one that's like pretty melted down. Like I was saving the last of it for the next time I need a candle. It's sitting up on my shelf. I don't think I have any others because I kind of stocked up on a bunch of them when we moved in a couple of years ago at like Home Goods. I really like getting the ones that are like mostly beeswax, like not the kind that's bad for you. And you can get them really like the big ones really cheap at Home Goods, Trader Joe's. But I haven't been down there since coronavirus, so I'm down to my last little bitty one. But I just get like a standing one and keep that out and use it. That's a great idea. I'm gonna do that next time. Thank you for that tip. Just need to get one of those like normal standing candles, not in a big glass jar. Okay, we're back. Back to it. Oh, I need chapstick too. Everything is like, I think I haven't been drinking enough water lately, and I feel dry. I think it like the weather's changing and like the air is a little windier and warmer. Ugh. Mary, okay, yeah. See, that's one of my issues. So that would be the main thing that what I would be happy about with wax because I purposefully usually end up just cutting my thread shorter so that it doesn't get so shredded. But if there was another solution than having to use shorter thread, that would be great. Eve! Guys, this is my cousin Eve. Came for the crafting, learned some candles can be bad for you. Yeah, Eve, I think it's paraffin wax. It just puts like more bad smoke toxin stuff into the air. So if you use like beeswax or soy candles, they don't do that. They're um better to burn inside. Lisa, is my tap water better? No, it is not. Still tastes like bad. You know what's annoying? I actually don't know if this is a valid test because we were watching The Bachelor and also I think I had a glass of wine at that point and then had some water at my friend's house down the street. So everything probably tasted better at that point anyway. But I feel like my neighbor's water tasted better than mine does. So what we did end up getting is just like the big gallons of water, which was kind of a bad idea because like we have like this cart thing, you know, like that you can use for groceries and stuff. Like mostly little old ladies use it, but also us. And we put like a bunch of them in there, and then one of them leaked, and that was annoying to deal with on the walk home. But long story long, we're just using gallon bottles of water. I don't know what to do. I just don't know. Luckily, Vincent's cool with it because Vincent drinks like a gallon of water a day, or at least tries to. So he goes through a lot of water. So luckily, he's fine with like Brita filtered water. But even Brita filtered water, it doesn't get out all the stuff that makes it taste horrible to me. So nope, I am still on the bottled water train. And it's not going great. I'm still not drinking enough water. Eve, go check all your candles. I wish you the best. You're probably gonna be disappointed. But also it's not that big of a deal. Like how many millions of people burn paraffin wax candles their whole lives and don't ever experience issues? I don't know how valid anything is when it comes to like those little health tips. I just know that I can get cheap, safer candles at Home Goods, so I do that. Eve, you like your British stream? See, that's like probably gonna be our next step. The only annoying thing about that, because that's like, is that the one that fits onto the faucet? Um, because our sink is just kind of small, and I feel like it would get in the way all the time. So that's the only thing that kind of puts me off about that, but I might just have to. I don't know. We'll see. Everything feels hard. I am. I'm kind of hoping. So what I read, actually, speaking of tap water, this is like going to be a segue into what I have to say next, which is I've been reading. I follow like all of the subreddits that have to do with New York City, and other people were talking about how the tap water tasted bad. And so I ended up in a whole discussion about it with other people who live in New York City, and they shared like some links and stuff to articles about how the city's water supply, it's usually snow runoff, but the line that the snow runoff comes from, basically like the really good fresh cold water, they're repairing that entire line. So it's like hundreds of miles of pipe. And they're repairing that, so they switched to using a different I think it might be Croton actually. The dam, like the dam slash, reserve water reserve area that we went to visit on Sunday. I think that it's that area that the water's coming from now. And so it's literally just like a different source of water. And I do know that they put chlorine in the water because there's like the slime mold that grows, and so like the Brita filter can filter out the chlorine, but it can't filter out the slime mold because it's a different kind of like smaller particle. So it's like when you filter out the chlorine, you're still tasting the mold, or you can taste the chlorine, which masks the mold and stops it from growing. So it's like, oh, lose, lose. And it's just like because it's a different water supply, and there's literally nothing we can do about it until that pipe is finished. That's what I learned from all the conversations with people. Because a lot of people up in this like Upper West Side area were like, yeah, it tastes bad. Eve, it's the one that doesn't take time to filter, you just pour it. Oh, okay, okay. Yeah, because we have like, oh, my nose is so runny. We have like a big pipe, a big pitcher, like not pitcher. I don't know. It's a big rectangle shape one with like a thing on the top and like a faucet. So like we can leave it on the counter and like dispense from it rather than having to pour. But I'm wondering if maybe having it sit for a little while like makes it worse, if that makes sense. Because that does happen. It's kind of inevitable. Like you're never gonna use all of your water up. Yeah, Eve, slime mold. And we actually, that's why we started researching it, because we filtered the water, stuck it in the fridge, and then like the next day there was like this weird little reddish tint to the water, and I was like, that does not look right. And so we researched it, and that's what it was. I'm pretty sure. I don't know, man. It's gross. I hate buying bottled water. Well, at least it's gallon bottles, but I still hate buying that. It feels wasteful, and and it's really frustrating. Like we live in a fifth floor walk up, and I don't enjoy having to take up huge amounts of water to our apartment, but I don't know. Sorry. Summer is coming, which means that everyone's out and riding their most loudest vehicles. The open window. Haley, I recently rewatched my cross stitches video and saw that it totally blew up. Yes, it did. That was very unexpected. When I made that video, I thought I was the only person on the planet that still was interested in cross stitch because I made that last summer. But then I found all of you, and you found all of me, and it's very happy. I'm very happy. Eve, what is everyone crafting? I'm cleaning my baby's poop off the bathroom floor. I'm so sorry. I'm really glad that you can be here in spirit with us, though, even if you can't actually be crafting at this moment. I know Lisa's working on a really cool bowel. She sent me pictures, guys. It is actually, despite what you may think about the appearance of a vowel, it is very cute, and I really love it. I'm very happy for you, Lisa. What did Casper say they were working on? A lion cross stitch? Mary's working on a heaven and earth that's like a tapestry. You're gonna send me a picture. Don't forget. Haley, are you working on anything? What are you working on? Tell me. I'm just here working on my same Star Wars. I just realized the light is like really bad. I'm gonna turn a little. Oh, sorry. Is that better? That's better. The shadows are weird. Everything's an adjustment. Every time we move stuff around, it's like there's so many little parts that need to get adjusted also. It's the worst. Andrea, Rosie the Riveter, fun. Okay, send me pictures. I have to see it. You might switch to a bigger piece that needs a lot of work. Fun. We love big pieces around here. As Mary and I have discussed. They're kind of frustrating, but also very rewarding at the end. Haley, I am a pattern by Vivsters on Etsy. It's quilt block inspired pattern, but I can't remember the name. Fun! I love the look of quilt blocks. I think that's why I like my collage wall so much, because it's very blocky in that same way. And that makes me happy. Andrea, feeling a bit overwhelmed about the bigger piece. It's basically stacked teacups. Any tips on feeling less overwhelmed? Take breaks. If it starts to feel too overwhelming, that means that you need a break, because it shouldn't feel like something that you have to do, that you have to get done within a certain time frame, unless you gave that to yourself, in which case, hopefully you gave yourself a long time to work on it. But yeah, like I've been working on this. This is about 150 stitches by 150 stitches. I don't know what that is squared, but I take long breaks. Like sometimes I don't work on it for the entire week between live streams, and that's okay. Sometimes I work on it every day if I'm feeling excited about getting a section done. And I think the key is just to like make sure that it stays fun, because if it starts to feel too overwhelming and you stop working on it and you don't want to come back to it, then like you just wasted all that time working on a project you're never going to finish. That's my only tip. Mary, set a series of small goals. Try to think of each of them as a win. That's good advice too. Maybe you could like make a reward system for finishing an entire row or block or however you do it. I don't really work on the grid, as you can see, but you could totally set rewards for yourself. And I'm serious, like have little tiny small projects in between that you can complete in an evening, you know, a couple hours of work, and reward yourself with like even just small projects if you want to. That's what I like to do sometimes, is like just work on a different small project. And when you finish that, you'll feel good, and then you want to chase the finish feeling, and then you'll go back to working on the big one so you can finish that too. Casper, mine's 170 by 140. Yeah, yours is about the same size as mine then. It's a good time. Not massive, but still enough to feel like it takes forever. Especially if you don't work on it every day like I don't. Casper, that is your lion one that you're talking about, right? The one that you're working on? Is it like, if it is it like a very realistic looking lion? Or is it a more, like, artsy lion? Because if it's realistic, that sounds difficult. I feel like there would be a lot of pixely stitches on that. Andrea, the teacups are coming out. You guys are motivating me. You got this. You can do it. It's fun. If it starts to feel really hard to work on it, just work on it when we live stream together, and then you'll have at least somebody to chat with along the way, and it can be like a fun social thing instead of a hard thing that you're doing by yourself. Mary. Doing one on 28 count fabric because I'm a crafting masochist. Yeah, I have not attempted anything that small yet. This one's 14. This is just the fabric I had that I had bought in France. I didn't even know what the count was when I bought it, because France. Sorry, my camera died. But next one will be a 16 count, and that's enough for me, for now at least. Someday I need to try it. It feels hard. Casper, yes, it's my first ever cross stitch project. It's pretty detailed but super colorful. Fun! Mana B, question, how do you keep stitches nice when moving the embroidery hoop around the piece when the hoop goes over previous stitches? That's a great question. I've definitely had that issue with embroidery, but not so much with cross stitch, just because the stitches are so small and neat anyway. So if anyone else wants to chime in, if that's an issue for them, how they solve it, please do. For me, I just make sure that my hoop's not too tight, honestly. Like, I'd rather kind of adjust it as I go than like make it so tight that it's super crushing the stitches. I know you can also kind of like steam it when it's done to kind of like get it back to its original. I don't know. Somebody else chime in because with my embroidery pieces, I think I've steamed them smooth, and then I just haven't worried about it past that. Casper, it's kind of like a paint by numbers, so I feel like I'm cheating. You're not cheating. You're still putting in the work and the hours and the time. No matter what the end result is or how you started it, you still put all that time in between, and it wouldn't exist without all of your efforts, so you're not cheating. That's my opinion. Andrea, my rosy one is 11 count, which is perfect, so easy, but the teacups is 18. I think that makes it more difficult. I am sure. Part of the issue for me is just my eyesight. Like, I've had glasses since I was 9, and my eyes aren't terrible, but like, I really do find myself leaning, like, hunched over my stuff when I'm working on it, and I just feel like the smaller the count, the more difficult it is to focus on the little stitches. So I think that's probably some of my fears, starting something really small. I'd need to get like some kind of magnifying rig or something. Mary, honestly, that's what I find fun about it, not cheating at all. Yeah, I agree. That's why I think this craft is so relaxing. There was someone who commented on one of my cross stitch videos saying that cross stitch is lame. And I think I just left it up. I don't think I said anything back, but they didn't like that it was like a color by numbers, and it's like, I thought about responding like, cross stitch has literally existed for centuries. It is older than Jesus, so don't tell me that that it's not legit. It's been around forever. But I didn't. I just left it. Andrea, what are your thoughts on the parking method? I'm trying it with bigger piece, but very new to it. I have never done the parking method on cross stitch because the way that I like to cross stitch is a lot like color by number, where I'm just like filling stuff in as I feel like. And so I'm really comfortable with like ending my block of color by just stopping my thread and moving it. But I know that's not possible on much bigger pieces, so I'm not the best person to answer this question. Mary probably is. Oh, Mary, you haven't either. Okay, never mind. I'm just like catching up on comments. But I do the parking method a lot on embroidery. If you watch like I don't know if it'll be in there actually. I know I did this on this piece. My like your name in flowers embroidery video. That one, like I definitely do the parking method when I'm doing embroidery like that because there's times when I'm doing those really messy, busy, dense flowers and I don't know quite how I want to fill it all in. And so I'll just leave the thread there and then pick it back up when I'm doing the next flower of that color. So I definitely do that on embroidery, but I have no experience on cross stitch. Andrea, cross stitching is so relaxing. Pretty sure it's kept me sane in the last few months of this pandemic. I agree. I am so glad to have found this like whole group of people that have also found a lot of solace in crafting. I've always had a lot of like anxiety in my life. I think I've always had especially a lot of social anxiety. And my one constant like craft and hobby that I loved was like these physical. I did crochet, I've done embroidery, I do cross stitch, like all of those kind of tactile fiber, needle, hook kind of crafts just really, really do it for me. Like all the cozy vibes, they're beautiful colors and fun patterns, and you make something that's either pretty or cozy. And yeah, I agree. It's kept me sane too, and it's probably like all these crafts have really kept me sane my whole life. Not just now, but always. I just didn't know that anyone else did it. I kept it kind of private. you know, it's just something I did by myself for a long time because I didn't realize that so many people would want to do it with me. Casper, thanks y'all, made me feel better about it. It's been good to learn with you. I'm excited to start doing other patterns though. Yes, whenever you're ready. It's good. I'm just a believer in finishing things, even if it takes forever to do it, and taking breaks when you need it. I hate having unfinished projects. I always try to finish things, but sometimes if it gets to be too long and hard, like I've been really tempted to take breaks from this one. So these live streams have helped me a lot too, honestly, just like kind of stay on track. Because I've been really tempted. I've purchased like 3 other patterns. I have all of the thread and the pattern ready to go for another project. Not the one that I made the video about, another one. So I'm 2 projects deep, ready to start other ones after this one. I'm ready, but I just have to finish and push through. So thanks you guys for hanging out with me so that I can work on it too, honestly. Andrea, yay for cross stitch community. Lisa, cross stitch so therapeutic. Yes. Andrea, oh my gosh, you also game. Just wanted your profile and saw. Yes. I'm a new gamer, Andrea. I literally. Okay, I mean, let me show you. I have to show you this because I think it's funny. Let's see. I keep in the very back of my desk. Ugh. This is my special pouch, and this is where I keep my Game Boy Color. I don't have a lot of games anymore. I just have the ones that survived my whole childhood. I have Super Mario Bros. Deluxe in here. That's the one I played recently. Yoshi's Cookies, Tetris DX, and Pokemon Blue are the only ones that have survived over the years. We had to do surgery on this guy recently because some of the buttons lost some of their sensitivity. Yeah, so I'm an original gamer. I played Game Boy Color when I was a kid. We played a lot of Atari growing up, and we had a Dreamcast. I used to play like Crazy Taxi and stuff. But I stopped once I got into my teenage years because all my friends had older brothers who taught them like big video games on PS4 and Xbox, and I just didn't have that. I didn't have anyone to show me, and I wasn't interested in it at the time. So I didn't really play anything until last year when I was in bed, severely sick with COVID for 5 weeks. That entire time, whenever I was well enough, I just found myself on Minecraft. And I had some friends that were playing a lot during that time. And my little brother, Daniel, who's always on the very beginning of these streams, he also has played Minecraft his whole life. He's 14. I can't remember if I said that. But anyway, so Minecraft just became like a super important part of my life and like staying sane during being so sick. I was too sick to like work on crafts or anything. Like I just needed to lay there, but I could hold a controller. So I started with like Minecraft Bedrock, and then now I play on Java. That's why I got this big computer. And then after I got well enough, I moved to PS4. So I've played like Horizon Zero Dawn multiple times and God of War, and I've started Skyrim now, which has been really fun. And I'll probably just keep going. So it's kind of a good time. It's a good time to get started on it because I'm just learning everything, and there's a lot of first playthroughs to do, which is really fun. Let's see, Mary, the whole community of YouTube cross stitchers, FlossTube. Yep. I didn't know that until I started making videos. I think I've just been crafting for so long that like I don't really need to look up tutorials and stuff at this point. So I didn't even know that that existed in the way that it did. But I know there's a lot of floss tubers who also follow me here, which I think is so fun. And I hope that it's cool that I don't only cross stitch, that I do other things too. Andrea didn't have Game Boy growing up, unfortunately, but I'm getting very much into PlayStation. Bought a PS4 in late 2019. Yes, Andrea, we literally bought a PS4, I think the beginning of February, because my friends that are my age, they were already playing Minecraft pre-pandemic, and they were like, "Get on, you'll love it. We'll teach you. You're so creative. You'll have so much fun." And so I had just started, like, we had just bought the PS4, literally because Vincent, obviously my husband, like he plays a lot of stuff. He has his whole life, but I was like, okay, I guess I'll try Minecraft. And then I got sick, so I ended up playing it on my computer instead. And then it just like I gravitated to computer from there, and then went back to PS4 for like Horizon Zero Dawn. But yeah, we bought it the exact same time. It's been so great. Andrea never played Minecraft, but heard it's fab. Just finished. You finished God of War like a month. I literally just finished it too. I did you love it? Because I mean, it was God of War, like the newest one. God of War, I guess technically 4 with his son. But I mean, that storyline made me cry. It was gorgeous. Everything about that game was just stunningly beautiful. I loved God of War. I want to replay it again soon, but I've been wanting to replay it like maybe on a Twitch or something. I think that'd be fun. And if you ever want to play Minecraft with me, I would love to play with you because Minecraft is there's something really special about Minecraft. I know that I think a lot of time it gets associated with 12-year-old boys and PewDiePie, but there's an insanely amazing community and it's so creative and positive and fun and you can literally do anything with it, which is really cool. It's just like Minecraft is the best. It's the best community. Andrea, you absolutely loved it. Yes, the newest one. Can't wait for the sequel. Yes, I have not seen that been announced anywhere either, and I'm nervous. Okay, Horizon Zero Dawn. You have to play that next. It's the most beautiful game on planet Earth. The story is out of this world incredible. There is more background and like world building than I have ever seen in really anything ever. And I'm a Brandon Sanderson fan, so I know a lot about like world building. Horizon Zero Dawn is insane, and the sequel to Horizon Zero Dawn is coming out soon too. And it will be on PS4. So it's really worth playing Horizon Zero Dawn now so that you'll know if you want to play Forbidden West. I hope that you love it, but it's the most beautiful game on planet Earth, in my opinion. They killed it. Even like, it came out in 2017, 4 years later, it's still just, oh my gosh, so insane. So beautiful, so magical, so cool. It's a ride. It is a ride. I think I've played it 4 times. Like, I literally, lately I've been watching Twitch streamers playing Horizon for the first time. I was literally watching a streamer today play it for the first time, like right before this. I stopped it to start this. Just because like I've played it through so many times that I needed to like see it from a different perspective. So I think I'm like super into it right now because I keep seeing everyone play it and like it's like making me excited about it again. So but yeah, start it ASAP. Tell me how it goes. No, you're good. Going off on a tangent, but the first ever game I finished on PS4 was Assassin's Creed Odyssey, and that to me was just the best game ever. Okay, I know that I have first game bias with Horizon 2, like also. So, that's probably a little bit of it, but it really is an amazing game. And also, the streamer that I was literally watching today said that Horizon reminded her of Assassin's Creed, and a lot of people were like, yeah, it's really similar. So, if you liked Assassin's Creed, then you'll probably extra love Horizon Zero Dawn, because everyone's like, yeah, it totally has the same vibe. There you go. You're Greek Cypriot. Is that how you say it? Cypriot? Cypriot? Tell me how to pronounce that. Though so very biased about the story. Okay, see, that makes sense. I get it. But also, it's okay to have, like, it's okay to have associations with it because that's what makes it special. I don't think even that's a bias. That just means that you have good taste. Like, you know what you like, and you know why you liked it because you have experience with that in that area, which is cool. And I will say that Horizon Zero Dawn is set in the area I grew up in. So there you go. I'm probably a little biased in that one too. Seem to have difficult controls, Horizon Zero Dawn. Like I played for an hour and couldn't figure out the bow, although it was very early into the game. Okay, I can totally relate because I really struggled with that in the beginning. But once you get comfortable with it, it's super intuitive and amazing. You just have to like you just have to remember, you know, what's what, and that's the hardest part in the beginning for sure. If you do struggle with it, I would highly recommend watching like YouTube videos about it. That's what I did to like make sure that I knew all of the fun stuff because there is some hidden, like really hidden stuff that makes the game infinitely better, like a super special armor that you can get that they never mention. But if you know where to get it and you get all the stuff along the way to get it, then it will vastly improve your later game experience. So, like there's some stuff like that that's like super helpful to know, which might make your experience a lot better. I don't want to like spoil everything, but I would highly encourage a few YouTube videos on it if it feels overwhelming. That helped me a ton with getting into it because I quit at first also. It's hard. Eloise, the only video game I played and finished on the PS4 and Horizon Zero Dawn is Horizon Zero Dawn and Uncharted. Horizon is awesome. Yay, another Horizon fan. We love to see it. It's just such a good one for like fantasy type nerds, I think. Uncharted, I I really want to play like the whole Uncharted franchise. So the problem is that I started with the first one, which is very old now. So I think that that kind of like killed it for me because I started with like the one that's the oldest and most clunky, you know? So I'm thinking I might try Uncharted again and just play like Uncharted 4 or something. Um, because I know that the story is amazing. Like it's one of my stepdad's all-time favorite franchises. He doesn't play a lot of video games, but that's one that I remember him playing a lot. Like when we were younger, when the like 2 and 3 probably were coming out. Mary, I wish I had a PS4. I'm just kicking over here with my Xbox 360, playing Portal 2 and Halo Reach. It's okay. We love everyone here, Mary. Oh no, I lost mine. But PS4 is where it's at. Andrea, I think the first Uncharted isn't the best in terms of first impressions. I finished the first 3 and can't wait to play 4. Okay, good to know. I started it and just like had a hard time getting into it, but I might. Maybe I'll play it. I think it'd be fun to do like a first playthrough of all 4 Uncharteds. Um, maybe. Because I can easily hook up my PS4 to my computer and just like play console games on Twitch, and I think that'd be fun. Casper, it is a Deathly Hallows. It's like a hidden one because I wanted it to be more exciting than just a Deathly Hallows, which so many people have. Um, I got it right when my tattoo artist that I had gotten that tattoo from. I really like her. She's really good here in the city and like reasonably priced. So I wanted to go back to her, and she was just coming back from like her COVID, break. And I told her I really wanted this design, and she's like, you realize that straight lines are the hardest to do, right? And I was like, I believe in you. So I made her do it, and she did fabulous. And it's perfect straight lines, so I'm happy with it. It was funny, like, I guess I didn't realize quite how nervous she was because when she posted it on Instagram, she was like, oh, finished it, thank goodness. It was funny. Andrew, you'd watch that? Okay. I think I'm nervous because I feel like I'm a gamer community fraud since I'm so new. So, having an endorsement from someone who'd watch me is actually like really helpful. I've been watching a lot of Twitch lately trying to figure out if I could hack it. So, if you'd watch it, I will do it. If I can have one viewer, that's great. Casper, it looks great. Thank you. Thank you so much. Someday I'll have tattoos of all my fandoms. For now, it's just Harry Potter. That is the original, like true original first love of mine, though, so it is fitting. Andrea, I think the fact that you're new would be half the fun figuring things out with people that are more experienced. Yeah, for sure. I do enjoy watching like Horizon first playthroughs because I can comment helpful things to people, so I'm sure other people would love doing that for me too. Um, Now that I have a good rig, I'll have to see. I'm getting my webcam is coming in the mail tomorrow, and it should be a big upgrade from the one that we have right now. So if that looks good enough, then I think that I'll be set to play. Daniel, you'd watch it? Don't doubt yourself. Thanks, Danny. Daniel, are you back from racquetball or have you not gone yet? He said he was going to racquetball earlier. Casper, Harry Potter, and Percy Jackson. Yep. See, are you you might be, yeah, you're probably closer to my brother's age because my brother, he is 21, 20? I think he turns 21 in June. Daniel back, nice. He was a big Percy Jackson fan after Harry Potter too, and he loved both. I think I was like slightly too old because I'm almost 27, and Harry Potter, the first one came out when I was like 6. Um, like the movie. I think the book came out the year I was born, 1994, if I'm correct. Anyway, so I think I was like a little too old for Percy Jackson when it made it really big. I just like barely missed that. Um, but I kind of wish I wasn't because it seems really fun. So if I should give it a try, let me know. I feel like the movies kind of fell apart, but I know that the books were good. I haven't been reading a lot lately. I used to read so much and I've been too depressed. Reading is effort, so I've been watching things instead. Andrea, are you on etc. on Twitch too? Yes, I am. I have a channel, but I don't know. I haven't like posted any videos there, so I don't know how it works on Twitch. Like if you could find me without me having any videos. I will have to see. What I'll do, Andrea, if you can't find me, since I don't know how it works, whenever I am ready to stream, which will probably be maybe like later this week now that I'm getting my camera, I will post it on like the YouTube community tab. Like I'll make a post. So look out for that. I'll like share the link there if you can't find me so that it'll just be out there for everybody to see. No one's obligated. Obviously, gaming is not everyone's cup of tea. I'm thinking about maybe creating a channel like I don't know. I have a second channel called Emlyn Watches Movies. I started it because I love doing movie commentary. I think it's so fun. But I only have 2 videos on there because um, editing movie commentaries just takes an insane amount of power. My laptop couldn't handle it, and like Vincent works too much for me to use his computer. So I have like a Twilight commentary and I think a Clueless commentary also that I filmed that I was never able to edit. That now I can edit on my computer. So I have a movie commentary channel and I was thinking about maybe like a gaming channel. I just think like I love watching the series that people make like playing Minecraft because it's just such a story. Like you just show up in this world and then my thread's tangled. Sorry, I'm talking while I do this. You show up in this world and you start punching trees and then eventually it grows into this beautiful massive thing and I just think that that's really fun to watch happen. So I was thinking about maybe like if I stream on Twitch, I'll probably cut it down into like bite-sized videos to put on YouTube. But I wanted it to be a separate channel because I know that most people here on this channel probably don't watch me for gaming. They watch me for like New York and or cross stitch. So anyway, I have ideas. We'll figure it out. But it's really, really, really good to know that anyone at all is interested. Casper 19, first Harry Potter movie came out the year I was born. Oh yeah. Yeah, I think it came out in 2002. Right? Or was it 2000? No, I think it was 2002. I think the first book came out in 94 or 96. Anyway, it was in the 90s. Oh no, my thread's like super tangled. I always do this if I'm not paying attention. I accidentally run it through, like I run my needle through my thread on the back and then it gets hopelessly stuck. Let's see if that helped it. No! It's okay, guys, we got this. This one's not too bad. I've definitely had worse than this before. This is why I don't consider myself an expert. I am just a lover of the craft because I definitely am not super careful. Okay. Back to it. Mary, honestly, I'd watch anything you make. Your personality is really endearing. You are so nice. I feel really good when people say things like that because this channel has gone through a few iterations and I have a hard time figuring out how to stick with things. So if you're here for my personality, then that's a relief. Because otherwise, I just don't know what's gonna come next. The constants in my life are crafting and like creating content in general, but who knows beyond that? I don't know what I might be interested in. Andrea, do you use a stand to cross stitch two-handed? Yep. I usually have my right hand on the bottom and my left hand on the top. And I have tried to reverse my hands and I just can't deal with it. This stand, Vincent's coming in. He's probably gonna play games in the background.
Not yet.
No?
I need to take your chairs down.
Oh.
Yeah.
Do you need a
post-it note?
Yes, I do. We just replaced our, you don't have to take off the top one. We just replaced our desk chairs with like actual desk chairs. We had literal, they're so cute. I don't know if they're posted anywhere. They're adorable. My mom found them at the thrift store while we were living in France and like saved them for us. They were probably like $5 or $10 each at the thrift store. So we've been using those this whole time, but they're a little too low. Look in the drawer, top drawer right there. Going. You're welcome. Anyway, we've been using them this whole time, but they're like old-fashioned, like those kind of square squat chairs, and they are so flat. And Vincent, I don't know how Vincent sits at his desk like from 10 o'clock until 10 o'clock, pretty much every day teaching. And he's been sitting on that chair this whole time, so it was high time to get comfortable chairs. So anyway,
Yes.
we're gonna leave them downstairs with a note for people to take them for free. We do that a lot. There's always people leaving stuff in our lobby and other people take it, so. We're donating them to the building. Anyway, sorry for the interruption. And it'd be I listen to so many audiobooks and lo-fi music when doing crafts and working. Yes, audiobooks. Vincent's really gotten into. I haven't yet because I really love reading. I can read faster than I can listen for sure. And so I kind of struggle with audiobooks in that way, but I do love podcasts about books even. Like I've been listening to some Twilight podcasts that are really fun. Um so I haven't quite gotten into audiobooks, but music of course, always. Lisa Curran, I agree. I definitely had a binge of your older videos. Your personality is lovely. You're so nice. That makes me happy. I was tempted to take a lot of them down because, old videos are kind of embarrassing, but I kind of love the years in France or the year and a half that we spent in France, and so they're up there for you. And I will just deal with my own cringe, I guess. I'm really sorry guys about the lack of content lately. Oops. It's just been like a hell of a couple months. There's no excuse for it other than just like deep depression, honestly. And I'm getting out of it, and honestly, these live streams really have just saved me. I feel like I get time with people who get me, and I get to do something that is really therapeutic for me in like just crafting. And I never expected to have a community around these like little comfort things, crafting, things that I did. So it's been a real pleasure to like find you guys, and thanks for being here. Like this is literally the funnest thing on the planet to me, especially this year. Like this has just really made it. So you guys are awesome. Andrea, I always thought I couldn't concentrate on audiobooks because I'm very visual, but I've gotten very into them lately and completely agree with the audiobook and crafting combo. Ooh, okay. Fine, maybe I'll have to try it. You guys are convincing me. Vincent does have like an Audible account, so I could listen to anything that he has on there. There's some Neil Gaiman books that he has downloaded that I haven't read in a while that maybe I'll try an audiobook with since I've already read them. I wonder if Neil Gaiman has the best voice on planet Earth. I think his voice is just beautiful. My other tattoo on my rib says "Make Good Art," and that's his. It's from his commencement address that he gave to some art school in I think 2012. But it just really resonated with me, and he's my favorite author. So, I wonder. Maybe I should try one of his books. If it's narrated by him or anyone that sounds like him, I am 100% in for that. Mary, it's a little healing digital crafting circle. It is. Like honestly, it really is. I'm sorry that you guys have to type instead of talk because that means that you're constantly having to put down your stuff. And sometimes I feel a little guilty that I can just sit here and stitch and talk at the same time because I'm sure it's annoying to have to type out messages. So I appreciate the effort because I know it would probably bother me a little bit to have to do that when I'm like working. Jennifer, hi all. Can't say, but I wanted to pop in and say hi. I dreamed that all these folks met for a retreat in NYC, and it was such a nice dream. Oh, I love that. Wait, is that a future plan in the making? Because that sounds really fun. What if we all met in New York City and like hung out and stitched in the park all afternoon and brought like wine and sandwiches or whatever? I think that sounds so nice. Jennifer, best dream ever. I'm jealous that I didn't get to have it. I haven't had any dreams lately. Vincent, I actually cut this out of the vlog that I posted. I'll tell you guys about it though, because this is a smaller group. It's not that I was embarrassed of it, it just like didn't fit in with what I was saying. Vincent had a dream the other night. It was right after Harry Styles' Golden Globe performance, and he was wearing those very attractive leather flare bottoms. I've not always been a Harry Styles stan honestly until he put on a dress, and he's just so himself and like so confident, and I just think that's insanely sexy. So anyway, I made the mistake of showing Harry Styles' Golden Globe performance to Vincent, and then that night Vincent had a dream that like he and me and Harry Styles and his girlfriend were swinging. He didn't tell me all the details, but that's just a dream that he had, and I almost put it in the vlog, and it's just my favorite thing on planet Earth to think about because I think it's hilarious. Oh no, my camera. I hope my battery's still good. Lisa, oh, that'd be such a dream. Yep, that sounds like a good one. Much better than swinging with Harry Styles? I don't know. I don't know. Um, but it's up there. Sorry, I just realized I'm like wiggling in my chair so much. Um, I need to stop that because that's probably annoying. Jennifer. Yeah. I hope you all got a giggle out of that one because I was cackling. Andrea, Vince's dream sounds hilarious, but you know what? Whatever works for people. We're definitely not swingers in real life. It was just a dream. He also, I actually feel bad for Vincent because in Vincent's dream, Andrea, the subconscious is always sending us messages. I'm gonna tell Vincent that. Um, let's see. Vincent didn't know Harry Styles is dating Olivia Wilde, and Vincent didn't know that, so we don't know who he was swinging with in the dream. But it wasn't Olivia Wilde, so I feel like Vincent missed out a little bit because Olivia Wilde is dreamy too, equally dreamy to Harry Styles. Mary sounds alright to me. Christy, no, I am right-handed, but my right hand, I think because I'm right-handed, I have a little bit of fine motor control, like more on my right hand, so it's easier for me to work my right hand on the bottom, where I can't see it. I have tried to do my left hand underneath my hoop, and it is just impossible. I cannot. I'm a little ambidextrous, to be honest. Like I'm goofy when I longboard. I am not totally right-handed. But yeah, this is just easier. What time is it? Guys, this time is flying by. Thank you so much for all of your comments. I love it when like the conversation is flowing. It's my most favorite thing. And I hope you're cool with like talking about random stuff. I never make any plans for these because I don't know who's gonna come and what people are gonna say. So I just leave it open and I hope that's cool with you. Now that I have a more powerful computer, I really, really want to do like a movie watch together or something. I need to figure out which platform I can do it on because it won't be YouTube. But if you guys are into that, I know that we've talked about with Twilight, like talked about watching Twilight a lot. Let me know if there's anything else you want to watch though. I'm totally cool with Twilight. Twilight is like my jam. It's the most hilarious, awful, just entertaining movie ever. So I'm happy to do that. But I need to figure that out. And I only want to do it if people are like super into it because, otherwise it's lame. Christy, you left-handed and cross-stitch that way, so seeing someone right-handed is weird, not gonna lie. Yeah, I don't know if this would be considered right or left-handed stitching. Like I said, I'm ambidextrous and like goofy on a lot of things, so I don't know. I'm just weird. Andrea also got us this Saturday because I'm based in the UK and can't stay up too late on Sundays. Totally. Speaking of which, I want to start doing them earlier. I really want to do it at like at least 6 o'clock. But the problem right now, at least for the next few weeks, is that Vincent teaches until 5:15 and he's, right there. So I can't exactly like be talking out loud while he's teaching. And you know what? We actually need to test that out because there's potential that we might be able to actually do that, depending on how the sound bounces and carries, because we are using microphones, which should have like a pretty short range. I think it would still be weird though. I don't know how I feel about that. But anyway, he teaches till 5:15, and then it's like we gotta eat dinner and then get everything prepped, and like he uses the ring light and stuff for his classes all evening or all day. So like it's like moving a lot of stuff over. So anyway, I want to do them earlier for my UK people because I know there's a lot of you, but alas, we got to figure out how to share this space. So I'll always schedule them as early as I can schedule them, is the point here. Nate! Hey, just woke up to say hi and I love you. Nathan, I love you too. Sleep well. Talk to you later. I'm down to watch Twilight. Okay, Daniel, Twilight. Wow. Those are not the people I was expecting to respond positively to Twilight, but okay. Guys, Nate is my very best friend from France. He knew Vincent from long, long ago. Like they grew up together. We all grew up Mormon, so we all grew up or Vincent and Nate especially grew up going to like the same functions and things in France, and Nate and I connected because Nate is moving to New York City. He was supposed to move here last year for school, but then COVID. So it's been a long journey to get him here. But we are BFFs and we talk every week. And it's so nice of you to drop by, Nate. Love you very much. So glad you're here, even though you don't craft. I'd give my right arm to be ambidextrous. One of my favorite quotes. What is that from? Because that's hilarious. Lisa, I'm also glad it was tonight as I'm on my night shift tomorrow. You're helping me switch over. Our clocks also go forward tonight. Oh, perfect. I'm so glad I could help you. Lisa, yes to Twilight. Okay, we got another yes. Good to know. Really glad. I think it'll always be Saturdays. At first, I was kind of thinking Sundays would be nice because I could do them a little earlier. But then the flip side of that is that we just don't get any day off. Like Vincent and I are just like working on stuff all the time, and obviously I haven't been putting out videos. But the goal is to obviously be a lot more busy than I've been. As soon as I can physically and mentally handle it, which I'm getting there. So I think Sundays will remain totally work-free days just because it's the days like we do laundry, we can get out of town potentially, whatever else. So it'll probably always be Saturdays as long as Vincent's not teaching late at night, which he usually isn't. He usually tries to like do more of a half day type thing Saturdays also. Obviously, right now, he's just had a ton of lessons and they're not scheduled by him. They're scheduled by the company that schedules everything, keeps everything going. So he doesn't have a lot of control over that right now. Eventually, we're working on it. It's nice because the more that I figure out my schedule, the more he can figure out his schedule too, to kind of like make space for me. I haven't asked for space, you know, like with live streaming and stuff. In this room, I haven't really done any of that. So now that I'm doing that more, we can adjust how we do things, but we also have to kind of wait till like the class cycles end for them to start over so we can change our schedule up a little bit. So, all that being said, I'm really glad that Saturday night works for you guys. It works for me too, as long as you're okay with staying up late, all of you UK people. Guys, I'm almost done with this section. I'm so excited. This is so much freaking orange. I'm not even close to done too. I'm gonna show you my pattern. Look, so I'm working on like this right here. And I still have to do all of this. This whole entire thing. There's so much. I'm so tired of this color. I'm not an orange person. I don't really like this color in general. I don't have any clothes this color. I like all the blues and greens in this pattern. The orange is my least favorite, so I am just suffering through staring at this orange. Andrea, it's worth it. Marius, it's gonna be so cool when it's done. Thank you, thank you. I can't wait to show you guys when it's up on the wall. I changed around a lot of colors on this pattern. Originally, everything that was green on here was gray. As you can see, I'll show you. So like, you know, all of that. Basically, everything that's supposed to be the AT-AT's original color, gray, is green instead. So this pattern, I made it just like more green and blue and yellow instead of like gray and blue and yellow and orange. Anyway, it's because I have like a lot of green and yellow and brown on my wall. So I was hoping that this would work a little bit better. I didn't want to do gray and brown on my wall. So anyway, long story short, long story long, I over-explain everything, sorry. I am hoping that this will fit in with my wall. I'm hoping, because it needs to. I think that it'll look good. Focus, please. Thank you. That was the intent. Now the problem is if I ever get rid of this gallery wall, I don't know what I'm gonna do with it. It's just some green AT-ATs. Marius, I would not have enough confidence in my color selection skills to do that. Yeah, You know what it is? It's not confidence in color selection. It's just chronic underestimating how long these projects take. So it's like no big deal. I'll just switch the gray with green, and if it looks weird, whatever. It's just a fun project to keep me busy. And then it's like 100 hours later, I'm like, I really hope that this looks good. I don't know. I don't know if it's gonna look good either. I think I'm pretty good at color theory. That's like one of my strengths, just because I took so many years of art classes, and I like am a fine artist at heart. Um, so I think I'm okay at doing that in general. I just, yeah, no. It's just because I chronically underestimate how long these things take. Andrea, do you frame everything you stitch? So far. So far I have. There are some projects that I've given away as gifts, that are like in their hoops. I made this really cute one for my grandma that's Mexico City. It's from Awesome Pattern Studio. They have like those really cute, interesting little city like vignette kind of things. So I made a Mexico City one for her that is in a hoop because it's like a round shaped pattern. But pretty much everything else I have framed for myself just because I have a big gallery wall. So I have space for it. Did you do it? I'm so proud of you. Good job, babe. Was it hard? Were they heavy?
Yeah, it's so I mean, it was not too heavy.
Not too bad.
More,
I hope no one's mad that we just leave them there.
the more bothering part, honestly, just consolidating the boxes.
Yeah, there's so many boxes.
Yeah, but everything's done.
Proud of you. High five. Are you gonna play something?
Yes.
Okay.
I completely forgot that tonight.
Is there a game or something on?
Big fight going on. It's on.
Ooh, there's a fight going on. UFC. I don't get it, but Vincent loves it. Andrea, I also wouldn't have enough confidence. It's not confidence, it's just chronic underestimating. I'm standing by that. That's what I do. Andrea, I had this crazy idea to try and stitch a group art commission.
Nice.
Some friends commissioned of our D&D group, but then realized how much work that would take, so talked myself out of it.
Ooh.
I don't know if I'd be confident enough to do something like that's a group thing either. I think that would make me nervous also.
Hey, sweetie.
Yeah.
Do you want me to turn on the AC or are you good?
Do whatever you want. I don't care.
I'm gonna turn it on a little.
Let me, guys, we're gonna turn on the AC just because it's kind of warm in here, but let me know if it's really loud and annoying. It shouldn't be, but let me know if it is. Manabee found the quote in a random book in my high school art teacher's class. Yep, that's a good one. Mary Punch Boys, yes. I don't know. I think that like Vincent doesn't like WWE or anything, but he likes like the real sport that is boxing and martial arts.
UFC.
So at least it's WWE is a step too far for me because knowing that it's like scripted and, you know, it's like a fun story that I understand lots of people love. I'm not bashing on people who love it at all because everybody has their thing. But at least UFC is like a sport. So if I ever tried to watch it, I would know what I was watching. Andrea, wait, is it actually warm at NYC right now? I'm jealous. Yeah, it was 80 degrees yesterday. I don't know what that is in Celsius, but that is warm. Like it was legit warm. I was wearing a tank top. I think it's a little bit cooler today. Let me see. Like right now it's 56.
It was 26.6 yesterday.
26.6 yesterday, Vincent says, in Celsius. Yeah, it was super warm. It's kind of fluctuating a lot. Like it's that weird time of year where like it could be snowing, but it could also feel like summer. It does not feel like true summer for sure. Like there's a cool breeze always, which is nice. But yeah, it was gorgeous yesterday. I think it's supposed to rain tomorrow. Yeah, see, on Thursday it's supposed to be 28 at night, which is like negative, I don't know, 2 or 3 in Celsius. So it'll get cold again. Like next weekend, it'll be cold in the 40s and 50s. It's just this week that was nice. Andrea, that's warm, very jealous. Yeah. Mary, man, we got hit with our annual early spring winter storm today. It's set to snow for the next 5 days. Oh my gosh. Yeah, no. I'm sorry. Whitney Johnson, hello there. Hey, Mom. Guys, that's my mom, the woman who taught me everything I know about crafting, at least. Andrea married also in the UK. I heard it might be snowing in Yorkshire. I want to cry. Mary, you're in Newfoundland, correct? Canada. Andrea, I'm really sorry that it's gonna snow. I think it literally could snow for us next week too, to be honest. It's definitely blizzarded in April here before. I've been through a couple of those. Yeah, it just looks like really gross, rainy, cold weather next week. So it'll feel like the UK next week, I think, for us. Mary across the pond, but the weather still sucks. Oh, you guys. Mine just sucks a little less, but still sucks. Except for yesterday. Yesterday was really nice. The thing is just that it gets warm in this room. Like this room does get pretty good airflow, but all of our apartment, the windows are only on one side of the room. So like there isn't a ton of airflow unless the wind is blowing directly into the room, you know? And we have two big desktop computers, extra lights, a radiator that sometimes is on, and also people in here all day. So it just gets warm in here no matter what. It could be literally freezing outside and we'll still have all the windows open. Whitney, your stitching is divine. Mom, that is so nice. I think it's decent. It's not as perfect as some people's. It's no Mary 28 count stitch. But you know. Andrea, oh my gosh, now I know An Islander Come From Away is one of my favorite musicals ever, but I hope that's a good thing for Newfoundlanders. Ooh, I would actually like to know that too, because Come From Away is a great one. How do you feel about it? Jade, in Australia, it's still very warm, 30 Celsius. Ugh, that is warm. You guys have like opposite seasons, right? So are you going into fall right now, Jade? Mary, Come From Away is awesome. I cry literally every time I listen to it. Ugh, magical. Yeah. My mom is in Arizona. Don't hate us, but right now we are sunny skies and perfect weather in the Valley of the Sun. Yeah, check back in July. Yeah, I won't envy you this summer. I'll just visit next winter, okay? No summer visits for me. I can't deal with the heat like that. That's insane heat. Andrea, first time I listened to it was in the library trying to write my dissertation. I had to stop and listen to the full musical and almost cried in the library. I've definitely had experiences like that with musical music. It sucks when you're not expecting it and you're not ready for it. Um, but it's nice that it had such an impact because that means that it's special. Mary, the place where you live has something attached to it that Andrea was really impacted by. It's amazing. Mary, I cried at Provincial Pride at Welcome to the Rock. Oh, I need to listen to that again. It's been a long time. Lauren Stevenson, hey, I finally made it back to a live stream. Hope everyone is doing well and staying safe. Hi, Lauren. Good to see you. I'm good so far. I can't speak for everyone else, but we're here. We're good here. Mary, you just make me want to visit even more because that just sounds so nice. Jade, yes, we're in autumn now, but it won't start to really cool down here until late May to early June. Wow, that's so interesting. It's hard to like wrap my brain around how like the difference, you know? And I'm kind of curious if it's the same for you over here where it's like is it weird to you that like July and August are really hot for us, you know? What is it like? Tell me. My brother is currently in Argentina and it's the same for him, like they're going into fall there. But it's just weather is something that seems like such a constant. It's hard to wrap your brain around it being different. Wow. Did you see how I just butchered that? That's embarrassing. Mary, drop by when you can. It's really pretty, even if there's not like a ton to do. Yeah, I would just go for the sights. I just feel like there's like Canada in general. I would just go to like walk in the woods. Like everything in Canada is just like so just like amazing, beautiful nature, amazing mountains, big, beautiful forests and like bodies of water. I just feel like that's why I would go. Mom, visit, I'll hold you to it. Also, why have I never heard of that musical? I don't know, Mom, you're the musical queen, so better go listen to it. Come From Away. Come From Away is, I mean, it's like pretty modern, right? Let me see when it was made. Let's take a look. It's based on a true story, right? You guys could probably tell it better than I can. But it's based on a true story where people got stuck there after 9/11, right? Let's see. Oh, it doesn't say on the page. It just says in the movie. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Google's not helping me. Had to come out after 2001. Mary 2015. Mom Canada was my favorite at Epcot. Amazing. You guys just need to move there. My mom and my stepdad talk about moving to Canada all the time. Andrea, I want to say 2016. It must have been somewhere in there. Must have been. What are your guys' other favorite musicals? I didn't know we had musical junkies here. Maybe you're not. Maybe you just love Come From Away. But my family are huge musical people. So if you have any other favorites, let me know. I've probably heard of them. Used to be kind of my jam. I haven't paid as much attention to the more the modern ones, but all the classic musicals at least I know pretty well. Casper, favorite musical is Rent. Such a classic. Such a classic. Mom, okay, I'll look it up for sure. Yeah, it's a good one. It's a good one. Dun, dun, dun. Okay, guys, can you hear Vincent typing? Let me know. Like, this is the test. We're using you guys as guinea pigs. Let me know if you can hear a lot of the noise that he's making, because I want to know how it does. And we're both in this house, so it's kind of hard. Like, we can't do it ourselves, because we both have to be making noise and then watching the stream at the same time. So anyway, let me know if it's bad, or if you can hear anything at all, so that we'll know if we can ever do this at the same time and it's okay. Jade, what I find really weird is the white Christmas. We sit outside eating roasts and veggies, sweating and sticking to plastic chairs. Christmas lunch isn't complete until we have a swim. That is amazing. We used to get kind of close to that in Arizona. Like, people would mostly still be wearing shorts and t-shirts, and like kids would be out riding bicycles and stuff on Christmas Day, but it was still, since it was the coldest time of the year, still it felt Christmassy, even if it wasn't actually cold. So it would be weird to like be doing summer things, but then have Christmas right in the middle of it, for sure. But I guess for you it would be weird to like have snow, huh? Have you ever visited like the northern hemisphere during that time of year? Because I feel like that really would be a trip. Like, it wouldn't feel like a holiday. It would be really odd. Mary, yeah, after 9/11, when all the planes got diverted, a whole whack of them, gotta fix my, a whole whack of them went to Gander, a town in central Newfoundland with a really big airport, and a town of 9,000 helped out the 7,000 passengers. I just think that is so magical. Humans helping humans, always just really makes me cry because it's so inspiring to me. Andrea, I'm such a musical nerd. Oh my gosh, recently I've been listening to a lot to Wicked and In the Heights. In the Heights! Did you know that we literally live in the Heights neighborhood? It's based, well, Lin-Manuel, it's based in Inwood. I think it was filmed. Vince? Was In the Heights filmed in our neighborhood?
It was filmed
or was it in Washington Heights?
Mostly on Washington Heights, but some parts were filmed here.
So In the Heights, the movie, was filmed in our neighborhood, and then like just like the neighborhood that's directly south, like basically the span of like 20 blocks down to Washington Heights, which is in the Heights. But Lin-Manuel grew up in Inwood, I think, which is where we live. So that's so fun. And Wicked is also classic. Mom, Once on This Island might be my favorite music of a musical also. It's not like my most favorite story just because it's so kind of metaphorical and stuff. I don't quite connect with it as much as some other ones, but I love just like the sound of the music of it. I listen to it a lot. Mary, you've been belting Heathers recently. Andrew, you love Once on This Island. There's another good one. So jealous, can't wait to watch the film. Yeah, look out for, so we live on 204th Street. So if you can ever see street names, um, you know, anywhere in this range, that means you're right by where we live, which is so fun. Mom, Heather's got to look that up also. Ugh, I'm old. I know nothing about the new shows. Guys, my mom used to direct musicals for the high school that she and my dad both taught at. So they directed and also were in lots of shows. My mom was the lead in Pirates of Penzance. That's one of my earliest memories of my mom, actually. Just so you know, Mom, is going to see you at rehearsal. I think it was a dress rehearsal because you had your wig on for like that big wig that you wore. But I remember going to that rehearsal. I was so little. But yeah, so I used to go watch my parents in shows all the time. My dad was the major general in Parts of Penzance in a different show later too. And my stepdad was also in, he was in, what was he in? The quartet one. I can't think of the name of it right now. But he was in a lot of shows too, in my earlier years. My dad was in Fiddler on the Roof too, wasn't he? Yeah, he was. In a lot of stuff. Jade, I've never seen snow, and I'm 37! In Queensland, it never snows, and my husband doesn't want to go anywhere. Then he gets on a beach or by a pool with a beer. Oh, man. Well, snow is really fun for about, I don't know, an hour, and then it just feels really cold. So I can't blame him if it requires like a plane ride to go to it. But I hope that someday you get to experience it because it is like a very human experience that I suppose everyone should have. Mary, that's really awesome. Andrea, I was in the Opera Society at uni and we did Pirates of Penzance. It was so fun. Pirates of Penzance is another one of my favorites, for sure. Mary, take some of my snow. We have a lot of it. Jade, go visit Mary. New friends, go visit each other. You guys can you guys can hang out together in the snow. Maybe we should do a New York City Stitch together thing. And we'll do it in the winter, Jade, and just in case, you can come and it'll just be like a fun kind of girls' trip. And we can all hang out in the cold. Forever Plaid, that's what it's called. Yes, you're in Fiddler. Yes, Hamilton Model Major General reference. I forgot about that. That's so true. Jade, thanks, Mary. Fun. Mom, thank you so much for typing that out because now I'm gonna have it stuck in my head. I am not even, I want to sing it. I want to because it's stuck in my head, but I know that if I do, it's gonna be bad because I do not have my mother's voice and I cannot sing that song very good. So I'm not going to, even though I want to. Dun, dun, dun. We soldier on with our stitches. Okay, I'm thinking, let's see, 8:38. Thinking I'll be on it till at least 9. Are you guys, how are you guys feeling? How much longer do you feel like going tonight? I know it's getting pretty late across the pond, so let me know if everyone needs to bounce. I don't want to like make you feel like you're missing out on something by having to leave because you won't be. So let me know how you're feeling. I could go for at least another half an hour, maybe more. I think I might switch to doing some of this moon so I don't have to look at this color anymore. Mom loved Hamilton. Andrew, I've been making some slow progress on the teacups. I'm so proud of you. You got this. Mom, is everyone stitching? I'm making bunnies right now. Mom, what kind of bunnies are you making? Are they little fabric bunnies? Or paper bunnies? Or what kind of bunnies? And are they for your preschool class or for something else? I think is everyone stitching tonight? Jade, it's at 10:40 a.m., so we are energized. Amazing. I need more Australia people that can hang out with me when it's their morning time. Petite Stacy, good to see you. I'm online shopping. Press on nails. Your nails have inspired me. You go, girl. Press on nails are a little easier than what I do, which is go to the nail salon every 3 weeks. But this color blocking is real fun. I'm a fan of it. I actually need to figure out, I'm gonna have to get my nails done next weekend, so I'll have them fresh for the next live stream. So you guys will have to tell me what you think I should do. I'm thinking I might do like, maybe like a blue ombre. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I'm also really feeling green lately. I know St. Patrick's Day just passed, so I'm kind of off with my themed nails, but I really like green. Mary, 10:10 p.m. Weird half-hour time zone. Oh, interesting. I'm doing this fine. So you're like an hour and a half ahead. That's wild. I didn't know that that existed. But I guess it makes sense if you're like, you know, in the ocean. You would be kind of too far away to be in the same time zone. Lauren Stevenson, knitting tonight, nice. On my third baby blanket for my sister's baby, fun. Is this the same one that you were working on last time that we chatted, or are you working on like, is it a fresh one? Because I know last time you were knitting a baby blanket too, right? Mary, start a new color section, very exciting. Congratulations, we love change. Eloise, I did not cross stitch in a long time. Last time was 2 years ago, but I'm sewing. Nice, what are you sewing? If you feel like sharing. Oh no, one of my beginning threads came up on the top. I'm gonna fix that. I can't stand when that happens. Must fix. Even if it's just like a little bit of a tuftiness, I can't deal with it. Leanne Grindle, almost done with page 1. So excited. You go, girl. That's great. We love it. I always tape all my pages together so it's just one big giant intimidating thing. Maybe I should stick with doing pages. I feel better about it. Mom, tiny fabric stuffed buddies with embroidered faces made with linen and a vintage quilt top that I had. Doing a dozen of them because my little students want to make structures for them. That's so cute! My mom works at like a kind of Montessori-esque preschool situation, so she has a lot of freedom in what she can do with all of her cute little students. That sounds so fun. Eloise, bed sheets for my baby crib. Fun. Or is it your baby? It's a baby crib. Whoever's baby. Mary, that's adorable. Love it. Yes, totally. My mom always sends really fun stuff that she and those little kids are working on. Your baby. Eloise, good. That's great. Love it. That is so fun. This is do whatever you want crafting. I just happen to be cross stitching. Ooh, I don't know how many of you guys came later. I think it was only like Mary and a few other people on earlier. I'll show you again, since now we have some knitters and stuff on. I just got new yarn when we went upstate last, like on Sunday. We visited this little town called Cold Springs and just wandered around, and I happened upon this adorable little yarn shop called Endless Skeins, and it had so many beautiful yarns. So I got a couple. I'll show you them because I want feedback on what I should make because I don't know. I'm probably not going to work on a project until fall because I just have so many cross stitch projects to do. But this is them. I think that they're very, very pretty. They're like just kind of like cream and green. from Blue Sky Fibers, and they were not super cheap. So I want to like make something cute and nice with them. And my first thought is like a hat or something, but that seems kind of lame. So let me know what you think. Oh no. Scooch. Sorry. Oh my god. Okay, I'm back. My chair got stuck on the camera. Everything's good. Right? I'm totally fine. Everything is good. I just have to adjust a little bit. It's good. It's cool, guys. Everything's good. Everything is just fine. I know what I'm doing. I have done this before. I'm just gonna adjust it because it's gonna bug me forever if I don't. Okay, we're good. We're back. Lauren just waiting to get paid so you can finally start your cross-stitch journey. Aw, fun! Knitting is cool too. It's okay. But I'm excited for you. Casper, ooh, yarn. Mittens, maybe. Ooh, mittens. Andrea, I do not knit, so this might. I do not knit, so this might be a stupid suggestion, but a jumper with yarn would be gorgeous. I just don't know if that's yarn. I don't know either. Ooh, you know what would be cute though? That gives me an idea, because you know how popular vests have been this year, especially like knitted vests. If they're still in next fall, maybe I will do like a cool little knitted vest, because I feel like that would be perfect. And it's like a little bit smaller than a sweater. Casper, you can never have too many hats. I know. Louise pillow cover, I totally could, except that I've already done pillow covers. So as much as I love them, I feel like if I'm gonna start a new project, I want it to be something I can make a video about, maybe. Okay, oh man, I'm kind of thinking about clothes now. Thanks, Andrea, that was a good idea. Okay, we're gonna have to think about it. We're gonna have to think. Oh, I need to scoot over. It's very difficult to make choices after you've already purchased it. I wasn't planning on buying anything. I didn't even know that place was there. And then I walked in and it was so beautiful and they had so many cool things. And so I just had to buy something. So now I have to decide. Okay. I'm leaning towards vest. Let me know what you guys think about that. If that's a dumb idea. Ouch. I just wish my thread would stop getting caught on that little knob on the side, because that is annoying. Oof. I am, what was I gonna say? Oh, never mind. Comments. Good deal. I was gonna start a whole nother subject. Lauren, I've been seeing a lot of people making knitted cardigans and made with patches. Ooh, that sounds cute. I need to look that up. Mom, I vote vest. Who cares if it's in style? It's your style. Yes, that is true. It's got me written all over it. Casper, I think that's a great idea, but not sure you have enough of that yarn. Yeah, I don't know either. What I could do is do a front with that yarn and then do a back like a different color if I need to like do, I don't know. Maybe, just maybe that's an excuse to go back to that yarn shop. Maybe that'll be the answer. Maybe I'll start knitting it or crocheting it, and if it is not enough, I'll be like, darn, we have to go back to beautiful little Cold Springs up north. Go visit Endless Skeins again. Maybe that'll be. Maybe that'll be. I think that each one of those skeins is 150 yards. It's like a good amount. But okay, we're gonna figure it out. I'm so sorry about that noise. It's like as soon as the weather warms up, all of these kids with dirt bikes come out. I don't know if that was a dirt bike actually, that might have been a car. But anyway, it just gets really loud on our street every once in a while. Just at specific times. And it's the worst. I don't know if you can hear it loud at all. I'm assuming you can because it sounds so loud. Oh no. Too much is happening. Stressful. Ugh, I did it again. If any of you guys have tips to make this not happen, besides just stitch better, because that's not going to work for me. Let me know. Okay, 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 okay. Wow, this thread is like getting super shredded too. Fun. What about a spaghetti strapish crop top vest? You'd have to design it. Yes, I'm gonna have to research. I feel like there's gotta be patterns. Just like cross stitches had a big resurgence, I think that um I feel like crochet has too. So maybe I could find somebody that could walk me through it. We'll have to see. Andrea, it's probably like the tangling. I I know it's because of my technique. Sometimes when I start the next stitch like on this underneath part where you can't see what's happening, I grab the thread and then I turn my needle and put it back up. And if I'm not careful, I accidentally run my needle through the thread that I'm holding on to in my hand. Um, that doesn't make sense at all. But like basically I'm just accidentally running the needle through the thread at some point down the middle and it then gets tangled. So that's just my own fault because I'm not careful. I have bad technique. Um, it's an easy fix usually if I just like undo it, but it's just very annoying if I don't notice it right away. I just need to be careful, that's all. I get a little too comfortable and then I get lazy and then I'm not like neat with my stitching. So loud. It's like everyone test drives on our street or something. Andrea, your technique looks impeccable compared to mine. Okay, well, I'm glad it doesn't look messy at least. I feel like I don't know, maybe I don't get tangles more than everyone else. I feel like I do, but I guess I also don't know because the only cross stitch videos I've ever seen would have been like more curated ones where they would have cut that stuff out. It's not like I watch a lot of live streams myself because I am doing them. So I actually don't know what it looks like when someone's just stitching live. No idea. Mary, I'm stitching with my fabric rolled up and rested on my arm. I've got it held in a roll with bobby pins. Nice. No one's perfect. It's true. Luckily, it's just a hobby. I'm not planning on selling this to anybody. I am not trying to get people to pay me to learn my technique, so I don't really care. I'm glad you guys don't absolutely hate watching me stitch because that would be frustrating if it was like something that was annoying to watch, but as long as it's not. Casper, I prefer stitching hands on baffled at how quickly you stitch using a hoop. Yeah. I just switched to a hoop because I have arthritis in my hands. So holding a hoop started to feel really hard on my joints. So at least without the weight of the fabric and stuff in my hands, it's like a little bit less strain on my joints. All my first projects I did without my hoop though. This is something that I ended up buying later in France and it like I made space for it in our suitcases when we moved back because I just really can't live without it now. um but yeah, it is faster because you don't have to move your hands as much for sure. Andrew, I wish I could make money off my cross stitch, but I can't produce things fast enough for that to be a thing. Yeah, I mean, that's the problem that I have too. I've thought about like things I could incorporate. Like I have this whole rack of clothes, oops, behind me right here, right there. Um, like I have clothes for sale on Depop, just like stuff that I'm getting rid of. And I keep thinking how fun it would be to like get thrift store clothes and like put embroidery and cross stitch on them. And I guess embroidery wouldn't take long, but like I've tried to think about ways to incorporate cross stitch into stuff that I could make to sell because while I love creating projects I get to hang on my wall, I'm in a New York City apartment. Like I only have so much wall space. So I'd rather make stuff that I could give away or sell, but I don't know how to produce it faster either. I think this is like one of those hobbies that will always just be for me because it just takes too long. I can't. Andrew, I'm tempted to buy a cheap stand and try it. Mary, I cross-stitched a cute little lemon on a thing I made once. Cute. Um, yeah, if I could do something really small, I think that would work. But you really would have to keep it so simple for sure. Andrea, I highly recommend trying a stand. They are not super expensive. The one problem that I have with recommending a stand is that I can't recommend this one. And I like this one because I think it's at the most comfortable height for sitting it in your lap. All of the ones that I've been able to find, like on Amazon or anything, are good for sitting on a desk, but not in your lap, which is so annoying. This one I bought in France, and it doesn't even have. I found it. I searched far and wide for this one to be able to link it in like my cross stitch tips video because I don't want to leave, inaccurate links. But literally, it was only sold in France. Like I couldn't find it on the My American, Amazon only on my French one. The brand doesn't have it for sale anymore. I literally couldn't find it anywhere online. So, Andrea, also not every hobby has to become a hustle. Very, very true. My only thing is just like not wanting to keep everything I make because I don't have space. Not something I would have to do consistently just to get rid of it because then I have more of an excuse to keep making it. And what I'm hearing is I have to travel to France. Yes. You have to travel to France and then find it sold somewhere. I don't know. I could log into my like French Amazon account and give you the brand name, but I have no idea how to find it. I feel like it would be easy to make. Like the hardest part would just be getting a hoop with like the correct little attachments, like the plastic bits on the hoop. But then like these parts, all of this is just very basic. Like it wouldn't be hard to make, I think. Um, if you had anyone in your life or you yourself who were a little bit of a woodworker, that would work. Mary, saving space is an upside to huge projects, I suppose. Yes. Yeah, since it takes so long to do, you're not like producing a whole bunch of stuff. That's a problem that I have in my gallery wall right now. Let me see. I have three small embroidery things that I made just for fun. I just like the design. So I have three of them already on my wall. Like I don't want more embroidery on that wall. So I'm holding off making more embroidery pieces, but I also love embroidery. So luckily cross stitch is definitely keeping me busier for longer without ending up with like so much at the end. Um, but it's rough. It's all about balance, maybe. I don't know. That's why it's important to have diverse hobbies, maybe. That's like what I realized is like I just have to split my time between multiple things. Like that's a great thing about video games, honestly. Whenever I'm feeling like I want to make something but I don't have the tools for it in real life, I hop on Minecraft and I can make anything and it's beautiful and fun and there's all this building and resource gathering and it's totally fulfills some of that like need to create and then I have these like beautiful little worlds to go back and look at and they don't take up any physical space. So that works out really nice. And then I can just work on my cross stitch and be okay with it not like being done for a year. And that's okay too. Balance, balance. Mom used to sell my things, but eventually sucked the joy out of making the stuff for me. I prefer to make it to give away or just keep for myself. Yeah, for sure. I do love like that. I do love making gifts to give. Like one year I made all embroidery and cross stitch to give to all the family, which is really fun. Um, I guess I already did that, so now I can't do it again for a little while longer at least. But that is my favorite thing to do is like make gifts, put a lot of time and effort into it. And it's an excuse to pump out a whole bunch of stuff. It's a good time. I need water. Oh, Andrea, making feminist icons for your friends. Rosie the Riveter makes sense. I think that's really cute. Cute fun. Okay, I think after I'm done with this current thread, I'm going to switch to working on the moon so I don't have to keep doing this because I'm getting bored. I'm ready for something else. It's time. It's time to move on. She is ready to fly. Ugh. Maybe I'll just, yeah, I'm gonna finish this row and then we're gonna move on to a different color in a different area. See, guys, this is gonna be the test because this is where green might be a little weird because this is supposed to be a moon and it's green because it's gray on the pattern, which means that it's green on my piece. So we're gonna see how that turns out. Mom, Emma, your homemade gifts are the best. Andrea, that sounds amazing. Thanks, Mom. And Andrea, that does sound amazing. What other icons are you making, Andrea? Let me know. Only annoying thing is that the eyebrows are a back stitch and satin stitch combo, and I'm not skilled at all with those compared to my cross stitching. Ooh, yeah. I don't have any advice. What does Mary say? You could just do gray just for the moon if it turns out looking weird. Yeah, okay. This is good. We're gonna experiment with this. I feel like since it's kind of abstract-y anyway, with like these big panels of color and stuff, maybe I just won't care. Maybe it'll be fine. Maybe it's just abstract shapes on my wall, and when you look a little closer, it's AT-ATs in Star Wars universe. I don't know. I think it'll be okay. I don't want to do gray, mostly because I don't think I have any gray threads to use. That means I have to buy them, and then that means I have to wait for them to be shipped, and I'm an impatient person. So that's gonna suck. I think it'll be okay. We'll see. I'm only a little bit worried about like the darker green, like the bright green, because it's just the edge of the moon that is green, and then the rest is blue. So I don't know. We'll see. Blue and green isn't that weird. It'll look like Earth from far away, right? Andrea, you made Frida Kahlo. Currently, brow lizard is basically a big problem. Yep, that's kind of her defining feature. Next up is RBG and Beyonce. Fun. I feel like I've seen so many cute RBG like cross stitch and embroidery pieces lately. Probably it makes sense because she passed away, but there's been so many cute ones that I've seen that I've been tempted to make. Andrea, yes, Mary, yes, and I feel that both back stitch and satin stitch you can't undo. It's not like cross stitching that you go back and fix a mistake. Yeah, it is a little bit harder. I think green will probably work as a science fiction or fantasy, whatever the correct genre is. Totally. I think it's probably sci-fi is what it'd be classified as. I don't know. Mary, I don't even tingle with embroidery, too freeform for my brain. That's what I love about it. I can't do it all the time because it's a lot more work. Like coming up with the pattern is like kind of exhausting for me sometimes, so I don't love it all the time. But when I'm in the mood for it, that's what I like about it. I have a really cool, like the one that I made for that video, the Perez and like bright, like red and orange and yellow flowers. I have that I need to frame also. It's kind of a weird shape, so I might need to get a custom frame, so I haven't done it yet, but that's the last time I worked on an embroidery, actually. Well, actually, I did a commissioned name also for a friend. I only made her pay me $50, which was, I vastly undersold myself, but that's okay. Let's see. I have to count this really fast. You're just getting a look at my scalp. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, we're good. Mary, you thrive artistically within guidelines. That's, I mean, I'm the same way with some things, for sure. Like, honestly, with drawing and painting, I need a lot of guidelines, which is, you know, like why I thought that college would be really great, but it wasn't because then I also got a lot of critiquing. But when it comes to, I think to me, embroidery in and of itself has a lot of guidelines since it's thread. It feels like I'm limited compared to, drawing on a piece of paper, um, or even digital art that's like a lot more starting with a blank page. Um, so I think to me, for some reason, embroidery doesn't feel as freeform as it probably really is, just because I'm comparing it with like my first form of art, which was drawing. It's interesting, like perspective, I think. Andrea, that quote speaks to your soul. I feel you. I do understand. Scoot in. Wow, feels so good to be working on a color I like. Man, now that I keep thinking about crochet pieces to do. I'm excited about it now. Um, so many ideas. It's fun. Oh, wow. Excuse me, children are sleeping. Oh, rude. I don't mind a lot of neighborhood noises. I don't mind like the music when people are sitting at the stoplight. I don't mind the opera singer on the other side of our building. Actually, the two opera singers on the other side of our building and the saxophonist. We have we have all the music practice happening in our building all the time. I don't mind any of that. But there's just something about guys in loud cars roaring up the street at 9 o'clock at night, and sometimes 10 o'clock at night, and sometimes 11 o'clock at night that just really bothers me. Just feels super inconsiderate. Like other noises, not so much, but that I hate. For a while in the summer, when it was like the height of the pandemic, speaking of loud cars, there was this ice cream truck that just decided to like park on our street. I think they were hoping that people would come out and get ice cream, and maybe people were coming out. Maybe that's why they hung out on our street. I don't know. Vince, do you remember that ice cream truck last summer? There was a couple, it was like for like a couple weeks, a few nights in a couple weeks.
It was
This ice cream truck would sit on our street playing that da 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 da
it was
da da.
about at the same time
And
that
that's
there
all it
were the
is.
fireworks too.
Yeah, it was around the same time as all the fireworks happening. I don't know if you saw that on the news, but that was pretty wild also. Um, but yeah, they would play like 11 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
It was a nightmare. Did you clean that?
Yes,
You're
because I
lucky.
just realized it gives me allergies.
Uh-huh.
It's bad boy.
Yep, yep, yep. Gotta clean the filters. But yeah, that ice cream truck got so bad that like people were yelling out this like out of their windows, like, shut up, and then they'd yell back. It was like this whole New York drama around this stupid ice cream truck that would park on our street. But that was horrible too. Not a fan. Not a fan of like loud cars at night. Jade, I would love to learn crochet, but it would probably end up another unfinished project under my bed. I don't know. Maybe you'd end up loving crochet. This is the season for it for you. I love starting crochet projects in the fall and winter because they're just so like cozy. In the summer, I really hate working with yarn. It feels hot. But I don't know. Maybe you'll like it. I I guess you're not really in quarantine like the rest of us, huh? Because Australia's done pretty well. Maybe you are. I don't know. I haven't heard anything about Australia in quarantine, so I'm assuming that you're doing better than the US. So maybe your perspective is a little different too, with like maybe you don't have as much time at home as like I do. What, mom, Whitney, Jade, me too. Mary, oh my gosh, a few days ago, the car directly across had its alarm blaring for a solid day and a half. Oh, I would literally go insane. I would go insane. If a car alarm is on for more than like a few seconds, I can't deal with it. And I just feel bad for everyone with like babies and dogs that like has to deal with the effects of having that like super loud alarm blaring. That is so annoying. Yeah, loud cars. Maybe for me it's because I don't drive a car in the city, like I don't have one here. So they don't it doesn't feel like I'm a car person. So I feel like I don't identify with them and their loudness. My mother's oh my okay, wait, I'm gonna show you guys. Okay, look at these. We're gonna zoom in. This is my mom's bunny. She just sent me a picture. Let me see if I can. They're so cute! I love them, Mom. You're doing great. Adorable. So, so, so cute. Those are adorable. Happy Easters. Eloise, they're so cute. Stacy, ice cream trucks are high key scary. LOL, the music is on. They are. Like, is it the same? Is it the same for trucks where you are? Like the song that plays for us is like the da 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 like oh yeah, Vincent's whistling it now. Oh, it's the worst. Da 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 da. Tell me if it's the same, but yeah, it's very very annoying and well, yeah, kind of creepy. Jade, we're in lockdown at the moment, but I have two boys under 3, so my mental capacity for something new at the moment isn't really there. Totally makes sense. Yeah, I wouldn't want to start something new either. Um, but luckily you have what you're already working on, which I'm sure is lovely. So I'm glad that this can be relaxing for you. Sometimes projects are, I think, it's interesting with crafting as a hobby because it's like sometimes projects are to feel productive, right? To feel like you're getting something done, to feel like you're checking, something off a list. It's exciting. And sometimes projects are like escapism and relaxation, and like it's not about getting something done. It's not about how much you're doing it. It's just to like have something to do that you can get your mind off of whatever else is going on. So it's like I think it's all times and seasons too. Starting a new project for me would feel productive rather than relaxing. So I totally get that. Marius, they're adorable. Mom, their size of little finger puppets equals difficult to stuff.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna put a little bit of bleach on the top, just like spray.
Okay.
So it looks.
Great. Getting all the updates. Sorry, guys. Mom, ice cream trucks are almost as creepy as clowns. Yeah, not a fan. Not a super fan. Although I will say that, the classic New York City ice cream trucks, the Mr. Softy trucks, do make real, real delicious dipped ice cream cones. And Dairy Queen here is not super great, so I really appreciate their ice cream cones. There's the dirt bikes. Here they are. I knew they were coming.
Oh.
Oh no. Vincent, we shouldn't have sang that song because now I have the ice cream truck song stuck in my head. I really regret everything about that. Oh, man. What is happening? Oops. Ugh, it's the worst. Okay, what is going on? Where is this thread? I'm so confused. Where is this thread coming from? Excuse me, sir, why are you here? Do you guys see this? Am I going crazy? So weird. I just have like a long like end of a thread here, except this isn't near the ends or beginnings. It must have just like shredded. I am using like one of my threads is cheaper because it was from a kit that I'm using up, so maybe that's what it is. That was weird. I was like, where did that? I didn't just end up. Anyway, I don't know if that made sense, but that was annoying. Andrea, okay, I think our clock just went forward because I could swear it was 20 to 1 a.m. here a few minutes ago, and now it's a quarter past 2. It is very late. I think that usually they change at like 1 o'clock, right? And it skips to 2 o'clock. I think. Mary, oh yes, that's the thing. I saw a post about that. Yeah, I think that's when it happens. Andrea, does that mean that you need to go to bed? Because it's suddenly very late for you instead of just mildly late. I will probably do like 15 more minutes and then and not that late, Andrea. I'm probably gonna do like 15 more minutes and then I might need to be done because my throat is starting to get a little scratchy, which means that I have done a lot of talking today. Because Stacy and I called earlier today too and talked for like 2 hours. So I actually have done a lot of talking today. But this isn't super fun and I don't want to get off because I'm having a good time. You know what I mean? It's the worst. Andrew, you want to try to finish the teacup you're working on because you're getting close? I'll see how that goes because I might be too optimistic. Mom, time for date night. Have a good night. Love you. Enjoy your movie or whatever you're doing. Eloise, Andrea, where are you from? We'd all like to know. Just kidding, I know where you are. Andrea, same, not ready to go to bed yet. Too much fun. Yay! We love it. It's gonna be a weekly thing because it's too good. Andrea, originally from Cyprus, but live in the UK now. I really want to visit Greece. That's like something on our list to do when we go back to visit Europe because we've been kind of not all over Italy, but a good portion of Italy. We've been to like Barcelona and Madrid and all over France, obviously, and to like Switzerland, like Bern area, Switzerland. So I really want to go visit more like the southern regions after Italy, away from France. Let's see. It's nice. It is very nice. Super fun. There's just so much history in that part of the world. I feel like it's got to be fun to identify with some of the literal first civilizations. That's something that I don't get to claim as like kind of a European mutt that whose like ancestors moved to the US in like the 1800s. What about you, Eloise? Where are you from? I would like to know too. I don't think I know that. Eloise, you're originally from France? That is so fun. What part of France are you from? Lisa, I love Greece. I've been to a couple of the islands. So beautiful. Stacy, it was the best. I feel you, lol. Dun, dun, dun. Eloise, did we already have this conversation about you being from France? Now I can't remember. I'm gonna feel dumb if we did, because I'm suddenly having deja vu about that. Okay, got it. I know, Vincent, that's how I found out about Yema. I'm like, wait a minute, I totally know this already. I literally have the absolute worst memory. I'm so sorry, guys. I am gonna forget everything. I forget all the time, everything. It's not my strong suit. Mary, never been to Europe proper, but I'd love to go eventually. It is so fun. Mary, highly recommend. If you need Rex, now you know who to ask. Eloise, no, we didn't. Aha. Okay, good. That makes me feel a little bit better because, oh man, that's like one of the hardest things I think with like blending cultures. Like Vincent and I just, most people who meet like have mutual friends or, you know, it's rare that like you meet someone completely randomly from a whole different part of the world. And there's just so many people to meet, so much like new stuff, whole groups of people, you know? So I lose track of like who I know and how I know them on Vincent's side all the time because it just gets to be a lot. Lauren, Andrea, whereabouts in the UK do you live? Andrea lives in Leeds. That's so fun. I haven't visited anywhere in the UK either. I need to visit everything. Lauren lives in Glasgow, Scotland. Lauren, I can't do a good Scottish accent, so I won't even try it. I'm sure your accent is lovely because that's one of my favorite accents. Andrea, never been to Scotland, but really want to visit. Let's see. Okay, we're good. Lisa, you live in Liverpool. We have so many UK people on here. Honestly, guys, you guys are troopers, and I know that all of you are cool with the lateness, but I don't know how you do it personally. I am like a bed by 11 person these days, now that I feel old and I need a routine. So I don't know how you do these late live streams, but I'm so glad you're here. You're some of my favorite gals. It's interesting, like I feel like, I don't know, does the algorithm push my videos to more people in the UK? I don't know. Or are people in the UK just like very much on YouTube more? I don't know. I feel like I have like my ratio of UK to US is different than what I'd expect. Lauren, we should have a Scottish Highland craft retreat. Yes, absolutely. I would die. I would die of excitement getting to do that, really and truly. Andrea, I've been to Liverpool and it's fun, although I want to explore it more. So fun. Eloise, Scotland is on my list of travel when the borders are going to be open. Yes, if that literally ever happens, because it feels so far away. I'm ready. Let's go. Let's travel. Andrea, I'd attend. Yes. Okay, wait. Maybe there's a plan forming here. We're gonna see as soon as we're all allowed to travel, we can go visit. I would love that. Here's the thing, Lauren. Can you find me a Highland cow to pet? Because if you can find me that, I will be there tomorrow. I love them so much. They're some of my favorite like videos on the internet is of Highland cows because they're just so cute and fluffy and cuddly and they're amazing. So find me a Highland cow and we'll go do that. Mary, I'll look wistfully over the Atlantic. Oh, Mary. Lauren. Lauren, is Scotland more cows than people, or would you say that they're still those cows are still kind of a niche thing? Because I feel like there's just so many cows. Andrea, we can all bring our big projects and work together on our stitching with tea or whatever your preferred hot beverage is. Perfect. That sounds so cozy. Okay. I just want to go visit places so badly, and it's triply fun if you have people to hang out with and like do your hobbies with when you're there. Because, that feels like a real vacation. I get tired of like touring around all the time. I feel like it would be so fun to like hang out with locals and just like do something that you love with different people. Be amazing. Lisa sounds perfect. Okay. We have a plan forming. I'll fly. I'll fly over from New York if you guys will have me. I don't know, is this a UK exclusive party? Because I get it if it is. Um, but if I'm allowed to come, I'm gonna be there. Vincent, are you okay? Can you hear him sneezing? He has the worst allergies.
So sorry.
Poor Vincent. I just feel bad for him. Lauren, if you go to the right areas in the Highlands, then there are loads of them and amazing wildlife. It's honestly beautiful. I mean, every movie I've seen set in Scotland, every photo and video I've seen on the internet of it is amazing. So I can't imagine that it would be any different in person. I'm sure it's glorious. I mean, I also feel like any wildlife and nature is really exciting after living in the city. So I would just be excited to like see green rolling hills and mountains and whatever else. That sounds great. I'm in. Now, this virus just needs to go away because we're trying to make plans to go hang out together and craft. Don't they know that? We need to finish these projects. So we need to go to Scotland. And that means that this all needs to go away. That's my opinion. Dun, dun, dun. Okay, guys, when I reach the end of this thread, I think I'm going to call it a night. If that's okay with you. Also, I think I need to make sure that Vincent gets all of his allergy meds because I can hear him sneezing. Mary, Newfoundland is like 90% wilderness. I love it. Yes. Um, that's why I want to visit. Cause wilderness. Nature. Is it near Mary, are you anywhere near um Iceland? Or is that really far away from you? Am I gonna sound dumb? I feel like it's really I have like the flat map in my head. I need to look on a globe. Because I have a flat map in my head and obviously everything's all stretched out weird and I feel like I don't know, maybe I think Iceland's way closer than it is. Andrea, I'm not huge on nature, but I'd visit Newfoundland just for commemorating the whole coming from away thing. Yes. Andrea, I'm not huge on like nature either. But I do appreciate beautiful views and I loved like driving to those views and then wandering around and then getting back in the car. That's kind of my thing. So, there you go. Mary, Iceland's closer to the UK than okay. Greenland is the one that's close. Got it. I don't know why I thought that. I shouldn't have even asked because honestly, I don't know geography that well. But I was just trying to visualize what it looks like. I need to look it up on Google because I've had a lot of friends visit Iceland, so like I know the scenery in Iceland. So I think I was picturing Iceland, and then I was wondering if that was anything close to what it might be for you, depending on where you are geographically. But I just need to look it up. Okay, we have like 3 more stitches, and then No, maybe 2 more stitches actually. Maybe I'm overestimating how far I can stretch this thread. Ugh. We're almost donezo. And then we're calling it a night, guys. Dun dun dun. Okay. Man, this thing is shredded. Whoa, I almost just lost it. It's not the worst when you like accidentally pull it and it's all shredded on the end and it's like impossible to put back on your needle to like end it. Ugh, it's awful. Okay, we're good though. Alrighty, guys. Mary, no worries. I've got a map on my wall. Okay, you know what's actually so embarrassing? I literally have a map right there. I could have just turned around and looked. I just realized I have a map on my wall too. Andrea, not done with the teacup, but I'm committed to the big project and these streams. This has been so fun. Yay! I'm so glad you had a good time. I did too. You guys make, I'm gonna switch around. You guys make crafting fun and not lonely, and I really appreciate that. And I love you. Thanks for coming. I will schedule the next one as soon as I know for sure our schedule. And expect it to be weekly, like I said, as early as I can possibly do on Saturdays. Usually around like 6 or 7 my time. Maybe 5 if Vincent stops teaching that late lesson. Cool. Okay. I'm not gonna wait for everybody's like last messages to come in unless you come right now. But I love you. See you guys in the next one. Catch you later. Keep you posted on the YouTube community tab so you can see that. And I'm so glad you got some stitching in. I hope your projects are looking great. Send me pictures. I'm serious. Send me all the pictures. Okay. Love you, bye. I hate signing off on these. This is so hard. Okay, bye.